Eve, welcome back to today's video. Before we get into today's maths, I have some more lovely work to share with you. The first one comes from Joshua, who has created his very own rainforest scene. He's been able to include some leaves and some moss from outside, which he had great fun gathering on his walk, so it was able to get him out of the house, and he's created his own little creature, which he's called a frang. So well done for that, Joshua. I'm really glad that your project was able to get you some fresh air out of the house as well. The next one is another one from Lucy, and she again has thought about the types of animals that you might find in the rainforest and has recreated this amazing picture of a leopard. And the attention to detail in there is just incredible, and the colour scheme that she's used with the blues and the greens and the turquoises, it's just beautiful. So well done to Lucy for that one as well. Okay, on to today's maths. Now, when I was going through these questions myself, I was actually quite surprised at how tricky they were. So well done if you were able to complete them, and if not, then hopefully the next part of this video will show you how to do them and will give you a bit of help. Right, so the first one on our arithmetic for Wednesday, we've got 7,200 divided by 80. Now what we can do in this occasion is take off both of those zeros, so then we've got 720 divided by 8. So we know that 72 divided by 8 equals 9, so multiply that by 10, 720 divided by 80 divided by 8 must be 90. The next one, 37,000 add 46,000. Well, what we can do is 37 add 46, 7 add 6 is 13, 3 add 4 add 1 is 8, and then but it's 83,000. So we add those zeros back on, 83,000. The last one on today's arithmetic, 5/7 multiplied by 8. Well, as we know, we don't multiply the denominator, so it's 5 times 8, which equals 40/7. And if we were to turn that into a mixed number, we'd need to do 40 divided by 7. Well, the closest we can get in our 7 times tables to 40 is 35, and that is 5 times 7. So our whole number would be 5, and we've got 5/7 left. So 40/7 or 5 5/7 is your answer. The first one on today's reasoning questions, it says complete the equivalent fraction. So we've got a missing numerator here, a missing denominator here, and in the middle we've got 2/3. So if we go in this direction, we can see that the denominator has been multiplied by 2, which means that we need to multiply the numerator by 2. So 2 times 2 is 4, so this fraction is 4/6. Then if we go in this direction, we can see that the numerator has been multiplied by 3, so then we need to multiply the denominator by 3. 3 times 3 is 9, so you should have 4/6, 2/3, and 6/9 as all equivalent fractions. The next one, the line graph below shows the temperature on the hottest day of the year in 1994. So we can see that it starts off a little bit low and then it gets higher and higher and higher in the middle of the day, and then it dips again towards the night time. So it's asking you, what was the temperature at 4 a.m? So we need to look for 4 a.m, which is here, and we go up and we read that line graph. Now, we're not going to be able to get precise measurements in this one, or precise readings, because we don't have the exact points in between the numbers. But what we do know is it's going up in 5s, and 4 a.m. is just over halfway between 10 and 15. So you're going to have to estimate this, and I would estimate it to be about 13 degrees C. I would say if your answer's anywhere between about 13 and 14, maybe 12 and 14, then you can have that one correct. Then it says, how much did the temperature increase between 2 a.m. and 2 p.m? So we need to look at what it was for 2 a.m. So 2 a.m, it was probably about 12 degrees. Then 2 p.m, it's risen all the way up here, so we're at 25, nearly at 30, so I'd say that's about 38 or 39. So let's say 39 degrees. Then we need to find the difference to find out how much it increased by. So 39, take away 12, 9 take away 2 is 7, 3 take away 1 is 2, so it's approximately 27 degrees. I'd say if you've got anything between about 25 and 28 for your answer, then you can have that one correct. The next one says use the table to work out the approximate equivalence. We've got 1 inch is about 2.5 centimetres, 1 pint is about 570 millilitres, and 1 pound is about 450 grams. So this one says circle the correct answers. 10 inches is about. So if 1 inch is 2.5 centimetres, then we need to do 2.5 multiplied by 10, which equals 25. So 10 inches is about 25. Well, I'm just looking at this actually because we could have made a mistake here. These answers are in millimetres. So 1 inch is about 2.5 centimetres, but if we want millimetres, we need to multiply it by 10. So 2.5 centimetres is the same as 25 millimetres. Then, so that's 1 inch is about 25 millimetres. But then we need to look at 10 inches. So then we need to multiply by 10 again. So 25 multiplied by 10 equals 250. So 10 inches is about 250 millimetres. So be careful not to be caught out by that one like I almost was. Then we've got this one that says 10 pints is about, and again we've got litres here in these first two, or millilitres in these second two. So we know that 1 pint is about 570 millilitres. So 1 pint in 10 pints in millilitres. We would need to multiply 570 by 10, which equals 5,700. So 5,700 millilitres is 10 pints. But you'll see we don't have 5,700 millilitres on this list. So 1 litre equals 1,000 millilitres. So we need to divide 5,700 millilitres by 1,000, which equals 5.7 litres, which is this one here. And the last one, 10 pounds is about what? So we know that 1 pound is about 450 grams. And again, we've got our measurements here in kilograms. So if we multiply 450 grams by 10 to find out how many grams 10 pounds is, that would be 4,500. So 4,500 grams, but again, 1 kilogram equals 1,000 grams. Oh, that should be 1,000. 1,000 grams. So again, we need to divide 4,500 grams by 1,000. So 4,500 divided by 1,000 equals 4.5, which is this one here, 4.5 kilograms. The next one, a family eats 3/5 of a loaf of bread every day. How many loaves of bread will they eat in 10 days? So we've got 3/5 in 1 day. Every day they eat 3/5 of a loaf of bread. So, but they're asking for 10 days. So we need to do 3/5 multiplied by 10. And again, we don't multiply the denominator. So 3 times 10 equals 30/5. But what it's asking is how many loaves of bread they'll eat in 10 days. So we need to change that into a mixed number. So 30 divided by 5. And there's no remainders on this, so 30 divided by 5 is just 6. So they will eat 6 loaves of bread. And the last one, write these numbers in order starting with the smallest, and you'll see that some of them have just a tenth column. We've got 5, which is a whole number here, but we've got 5.14 and 5.04, which have hundredths columns as well. So what I'm going to start off by doing, which will make it a little bit easier, is make sure that all of these numbers have a tenth and a hundredths column. So do that by adding zeros on. So we've got 5.10, 5.00, 5.40, 5.14 and 5.04. So you can see here we have 0 tenths and 0 hundredths in number 5. So 5 is the smallest. Then we need to look at what's next in the tenths column, because there's no more whole numbers in that list. So we've got a 5.10, 5.40, 5.14 and 5.04. So 5.04 is the next smallest because there are no tenths in this column here. Then we need to still be looking at our tenths column. So we've got 5.10, 5.40 and 5.14. Well, with these two have a 1 in the tenths column, and 10 is smaller than 14, so 5.1 is your next smallest. Then 5.14, and lastly 5.4. Okay, so that was it for today's maths. I hope that was helpful because, as I said, they were quite tricky questions today. You might have noticed, I hope you didn't, that I made 1 or 2 mistakes myself as well, but that's okay because we can learn from them. That's all from me today. As always, do keep in touch with us on the email address and on the school's Twitter account, and I shall see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Bye.